On a quiet summer morning in August of 1983, a routine walk turned into a mystery that has never been solved. John E. Warren, a professor at Ocean County College, set out from his home in Toms River, New Jersey, planning a short walk through the familiar woods of Ocean County College, a path he knew very well. He told his wife he'd be gone for an hour, and he never came back. What should have been an ordinary Sunday quickly became a frantic search. Witnesses placed John along his route. Tracking dogs followed his scent, footprints appeared, then vanished. And despite the extensive investigation, no clear answers ever emerged. John Warren taught at Ocean County College as an associate professor of engineering for 16 years. Prior to teaching, he worked as a senior development engineer and consultant for Nash Controls, where he developed fuel control systems for military helicopter use. According to his resume, Warren was highly trained and deeply knowledgeable in rocket science, working on projects for the United States government. Beyond his professional achievements, Warren was known as a kind, gentle man, brilliant, approachable, and enjoyable to be around. He was happily married and a father of 2 children. An avid jogger for most of his life, he later developed arthritis in his hips, forcing him to give up running and take daily long walks instead. On the morning of August 7, 1983, John Warren left his home in Toms River, New Jersey, telling his wife Estelle that he was headed out for his usual walk.
Hey, hun, I'm going for my walk.
Be back before the pool party.
Along the dirt path behind his house in the woods to Ocean County College. It was a familiar route that he has taken many times before, and he was expected to be gone for about an hour. I found the path. It's still here. After all these years, I can't believe it. It's still here. That's John's house, right there. So he's gonna come out of his house, walk along this trail, and head out to Ocean County College. According to investigators, this is the exact route that he was going to take. But right now it's a frozen tundra, and it feels like -13 out here. When John did this route, it was August. So it was probably a lot more enjoyable than what I'm experiencing right now. But let's continue on this path. I want to retrace his steps and maybe try to find out what went wrong. At 9:15 a.m., Warren was seen by a college security guard walking along College Drive. And about 35 minutes later, at approximately 9:50 a.m., he briefly spoke with a jogger on Brokaw Boulevard. That encounter would become the last confirmed sighting of him. Now, he probably followed the street, but there is a trail down here. Now, during the search, the bloodhounds were going to follow his scent along the street, down to the pond, which is that direction, and they're gonna lose this scent. But maybe he didn't walk down the street. Maybe he walked down one of these trails. Now, there are miles and miles of trails on this campus. It looks like mostly game trails. I'm seeing a lot of animal activity and something that looks straight out of Stephen King's It. I don't think this is the way John went. I think he was going to follow the street down to the pond, because this is really thick forest and all I'm seeing is game trails. When John failed to return home in time for a scheduled 10 a.m. pool party, Estelle became concerned. She searched the neighborhood, but there was no sign of John. And by 11 a.m., she contacted police and reported him missing. Search efforts began immediately. Tracking dogs followed John's scent to a pond off Hooper Ave, along a wooden path about a mile from the college, and then the scent abruptly stopped. Along the path he was believed to have taken, 2 sets of sneaker footprints were discovered, one headed towards the college, and another one appearing to turn back to his home. So after checking out that game trail across the street, that probably leads down to the pond where animals get drinks. I don't think John was going to go down one of those trails. I think he was going to follow this street. It's just an easier walk. He was 69 years old, and just from the looks of it, I think this is the path that I would take. A few days after John went missing, this is going to be the last location where the bloodhounds are going to smell John, which is very odd. because when I started reading this story and I heard that he went missing at Ocean County College, I said to myself, how good did they search this body of water? Now, I don't know how deep it is, but I can't imagine it's that deep. Now, investigators were going to search this pond thoroughly in the days after John's disappearance. Apparently, they combed the entire pond and no body was ever found. Also, John was going to continue his walk because another witness was going to see John when he left this campus and walked into his own neighborhood. It is eerie back here. It gets really dark. And I just found another adjoining pond. This is thick forest. Look at this. I might have been wrong. This looks like an old bridge. And if you worked on campus like John did, maybe this is the route he took. That's pretty wild. I was not expecting to find a bridge, an old wooden bridge back in these trails. I didn't think there was anything back here. Look, another bridge. So it looks like there is a path back here. I was just unaware of it. So here's the last location where somebody is going to see John. And he was probably running right here on this sidewalk. And he's going to see John entering his neighborhood, going back to his house, down that way. This is a peaceful neighborhood. Suburban, very low crime, if any. And he was just going to vanish into thin air, never to be seen again. Despite the extensive search involving local police, sheriff's deputies, volunteers, bloodhounds, and even helicopters deployed by the National Guard, equipped with infrared heat detection, no trace of John Warren was ever found. No clothing, no personal items, no confirmed sightings. Though speculation arose about his past work as an engineer involved in military-related projects, investigators found no evidence connecting his career to his disappearance. Authorities ultimately classified this case as suspicious, but no theory has ever been proven. John Warren never returned from his walk. More than 4 decades later, his disappearance remains a mystery, and his case remains unsolved.